All right. Okay, let's get this big red break-in going. So we're at 150, 140. $180. All right, 220. Perfect. Let's give her the old RCB job, BJ. Okay, she is hot. Fuel is back flushing back to the tank, so she's pretty hot. Getting perfect. Let's see here. Yeah, it's still flushing back to the tank, so we'll give it a second. We can get this in place though. Oh, you know what? We're gonna have to pull his clips here for the bumper. He'll need a longer pole. That's all right. Easy to get. All right. Put this on there. Let's see, is his truck going? Yep. All right. Okay. Fuel. Alright, so let's start by opening up this carb a little more. Okay, so this engine is way too rich. So let's go down a screw there. So I'm having to hold the carb about halfway open to even get it to fire. So we're going to lean it a touch. And now let's see what happens. It's getting better. Let's go another 1/8 of a turn. Okay, let's go a little more. Finish that 1/4 turn. Okay, so I'm going to open up the carb a little more instead of leaning it out. Now let's see what it does. Got her running. Let's make sure she's staying warm. So she's cooled off a little bit. Right? Just want to keep her right around the 200 mark. So this engine from the factory was packed way too rich. I mean, just absolutely gobbing fuel. No way to get it running really without leaning it out a little bit. This is crazy. So still see how rich this engine is? I mean, it's not even close to coming up to an RPM. Okay, see, so still only hitting 200 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
So we finally got it idling on its own. No assist from the remote. All right, and it's idling still a little bit low. So let's turn that idle screw up another quarter turn. Let's see what she does. All right. We're going to go up a little bit more on that idle screw. Okay, we're going to go up just a little bit more. Like I said, this engine is crazy rich. This is probably the richest engine I've ever broke in from the factory. Stable. All right.
Dad, hi. Hey, Dad.
Hi, buddy.
You got nothing. Pulling back down, she's at 180, so let's bring her back up.
Perfect. We'll let her run and idle back down to the temperature. Man, look at Chris's Savage. I think it's a 21, maybe a 25. I'm not sure. But look at how beautiful, man. He rode on the tires. Man, he's taken a lot of money into this thing. He's got a lot of the GT6 parts. Once this Big Red is going, Chris is going to have an absolute blast with this engine. You know, Chris, the new guy. I don't know if you guys have seen or, seen him yet. But, yeah, we got a new guy in the crew. He bought this Savage off KSL and has dumped so much money into it, it's not even funny. And it's going to rip. Okay, we're back down to 200. The idle is staying kind of high, so I'm going to drop the idle back down. Now that it's kind of finally starting to stay, running. Okay, we're back down to 184. We're going to heat it back up. We're back up to 250. Perfect. So I don't think it's quite ready to have its idle dropped all the way down yet. But we're getting there. Look at that, we're already back to 210. That's crazy. That's how rich this engine is. It's just bloody rich. Back up to 250. Clear it out, and we're going to get ready to shut it down. Maybe it'll die on its own. No? Alright. Alright, and she shifted right there, so now we know that Chris is tranny's in good shape. The truck shifts. So it'll be cool to let him know that that's okay, because it just shifted for us. And let's make sure she's down at bottom dead center. If I can get my finger in there, I'm not gonna get burnt. That's for damn sure. Ain't even worth it. Which way does it turn? Ooh, that's hot. Okay, so we are out of the pinch. Shit. Alright. Let me get this reset how it needs to be. Alright, now let's see what you guys are talking about, man. I haven't really been checking the chat because I've been working on the truck. Alright, let's see here. So, Skylar's in the house, All Aspects in the house, JP's in the house, Mark's in the house, Sam, Bow River RC, SLC Nitro's here, Nitro Addiction's here. Alright, dudes, guys, you guys are awesome, man. OG Nitro's in the house. Okay, so, I appreciate you guys all stopping in. So I kind of have a love-hate relationship with the Big Red. Skylar has a Big Red, and for some reason, man, we can't get that one to run like good, regardless of what we do. Various things happening. Mr. B, how you doing, bud? Good to see you in the house. Anyway, so like I said, we've been struggling with the Big Red on Skylar's. It just doesn't run right. I mean, it ran good for a little while, but I think it got ran too cold for too long. And what I mean by that is it was super, super rich, but I mean, that thing was popping wheelies and just all kinds of stuff. But we weren't paying attention to the temp, and I think that's what hurt it. It wasn't leaned out enough, and it just, so now when the Big Red gets up to temp, it just dies. It falls right on its face. There's no power to it, and it just runs like garbage. It won't hold a tune. Luckily enough, Skylar has a replacement piston and sleeve for it. It's just a matter of installing it and getting it done. Hey, no, tighten, stay. Wrong way, dude. Wrong way, bud. But yeah, it's just a matter of Skylar getting it all installed and re-breaking it in, giving it a shot. This one, I'm going to use my high heat method. I like to keep it above 250, 260. It's about where I like it. We're at 5,500 feet here in Utah. And I say this in my videos all the time. You guys have no idea how much leaner I have to run than a lot of you guys that are closer, to sea level. I'm a good half a turn probably leaner than you guys. And, a good race-tuned engine here in Salt Lake will hit 300 degrees. That's a pretty normal running temp after a full tank of fuel. And that's straight rolling coal. I mean, blowing just as much smoke as you could imagine. And it still hits 300 degrees. Obviously, some engines run better than others, but like my 5.9, my Force 32, Bad Max runs at a good temp. A couple of our 3.3s run at a good temp, but a lot of our engines run at a super high temp. And I don't know if that's just because it's the RTR stuff, pull starts and one-way bearings and all that shit, or if it is, I don't know. Like I said, so I have that Shepis, that .21. Oh, I forgot to turn off the truck. So I have that .21 with the sealed back plate. As soon as I can afford a starter box, well, at least so the wife won't kill me. So I got to hide that purchase. But whenever I can purchase the starter box, I'm going to throw that Shepis Pico in there. You know, that's my first sealed engine and our only sealed engine that we have out of the crew. And so it'll be really interesting to see the temps on that engine. You know, I mean, Pico, so it's better quality. It's kind of hard to compare a Pico to this because it's not the same thing at all. But it'll still be interesting temp-wise if, you know, a sealed engine runs cooler than a, you know, one-way bearing pull start engine. So, you know, some testing to come. But I'm sure glad you guys stopped by, man. I appreciate it. You know, all the new subscribers today at the Wasteland was absolutely amazing. So we're at 130. I'm going to wait till at least 90. You know, these engines, you know, everyone says wait until it's, you know, at ambient temperature, and that just, I don't think it's necessary. I mean, if you know anything about metallurgy, you know that 20 degrees really doesn't matter. But I will wait till it's at least at 90 to fire it back up. On that note, we're almost out of fuel. Chris never told me what he was running. I'm hoping it's 30. It looks like 30. I mean, there's not very much oil in it. It's a dull pink. Hey, Titan, Titan, Titan! Stop! Stop! This way, dude. This way, pal. Come on, Titan. Quit being stupid. Fucking dog. But yeah, it doesn't look like there's a super amount of oil in there. So let me go grab my fuel station, and we'll be back in a second. Hang on. Come on, Titan. Let's go in the house. Come on. Go. Go, Mutt. All right. So you know, another, you know, cool thing. RC Modified's in the house. Hey, what's up, man? Good to see you. SLC Nitro, I see you. Yeah, I see that you're here, man. So one interesting thing, you know, having the fuel pump, is that what we've started doing is we started zip tying these tanks shut. I don't know if they're just getting shittier as the years go on. You know, HPI cheaping out, but this lid, man, it's trash. And so I've been zip tying it. And then if you pull the carb inlet, you can use my pump and you can fill your tank through the pump. And then have that zip tied closed for, you know, leaning issues. For one, it doesn't lean out as bad. That's for damn sure. And two, I've noticed that it keeps the truck a lot cleaner. Like I said, I don't know why. I've had other, you know, tanks that were great, that didn't leak. But all of these new GT6 tanks, you know, the takeoffs that I've been buying, they're bullshit. They are straight trash. But yeah, I'll show you guys a pit stop real quick. Oh, let me get it to turn right. God damn it. Come on, dude. Okay, there it goes. Kinda. You guys can kind of see it. Anyway, so like I said, it's just a pump. Got a super long hose. I do run a filter on the end, you know, just in case. Like I said, I can pop the carb line, plug it in, you know, fill the tank that way, you know, or you can just hold it open. Oh, I don't got the battery hooked up. Hang on. So I'm running off an ATV battery. This is what runs the pump. I've only charged it one time since I've built this pump. And it pumps great. I would imagine I'd only need to charge it once, maybe twice a year, depending on how much fuel I pump. Little alligator clips. Fill it up just like that. Hold the tank open. Bam. And then when you're done, suck it back into the bottle. And clip it back up. And just like that, bam, dude. You know, so everyone today was running my fuel station, and it just makes burning nitro so much easier. You guys wouldn't believe how much that has changed my nitro RCing. I've also got a glow plug igniter that can hook to that battery as well. And so, I mean, I don't even need to charge if I don't have to. You know what I mean? Like, I can do it all from that station. But yeah, epic. Absolutely epic. So we're at 101. Let's give it just another couple minutes. So let's check the chat. Let's see what you guys are doing. Wow, we got 31 in the house right now. That is absolutely insane. I don't think I have ever had that many people in a live. RC modified. So yes, it has a reverse pump. So you could absolutely suck it back out of the tank. Although I would never contaminate my gallon of fuel. Like if I needed, you know, after sealing it up, I just cut the zip tie and pour it out or whatever, you know, or just drain it. You know what I mean? There's no way I would contaminate a fuel bottle. Torco right now is $207 for 4 gallons shipped to my house. So $50 a gallon, $52 a gallon. I'm not going to contaminate that. Except for I do run a fuel scent. I don't know if you guys are, you know, into the fuel scent at all. Wild Willie's Grape is what I've been running. It's what I just put in here. And it's going to smell awesome here in a minute. Yes, SLC Nitro. Yes, the grape station. It's epic. I want to get more flavors. Because it's awesome. Like I seriously can't explain to you guys how awesome it is to have scented fuel. The nitro smell is nostalgic. It reminds me of the racetrack. We used to have Rocky Mountain Raceway here in Utah, in Salt Lake. But that's done and gone. And so we have the Tooele Motorsports Park. And I don't know, it's just not the same. But the fuel scent just adds a whole new level to RCing for me, personally. I think it's great. Let's see where we're at. I think we're good. I think it's ready. Okay, so let me put you back in the spot. You guys tell me, is that good? Good spot? Looks good to me. All right, now, so now that it's ran a tank, typically it's going to run a little different. At least that's been my experience with nitro engines. That first tank is really hard to keep it running. And then the second tank is when you really got to kind of have to adjust it because everything's starting to loosen up. You know, everything's starting to spin faster. Just everything. And so let's fire it up. Let's see what happens. Hopefully, you know, it's not going to be an issue. Should be primed. We're going to give it another little BJ just for the hell of it. He's got some weird fuel line on here. I don't know if I like that. Probably going to change that out for him. And put the stuff that I have, this stuff on there. I bought a 100-foot roll like 2 years ago, and I still got a shitload left. It's awesome. It's better to just buy it by the big spool. A lot cheaper in the long run. But more expensive up front. It was like $100 for that thing. But it'll last several years. And I replaced my fuel line all the time to make sure that I don't have issues. Totally worth it, in my opinion. I hope you guys are enjoying the Big Red break-in. You know, I don't get a chance to break in too many engines. And when I do, I wasn't, you know, I started recording just a regular video, and I was like, you know what, let's go live. Let's do it for a minute. This is probably going to be my last tank for the live. I still got to go grocery shopping. Got no food, man. So I got other shit I got to do, unfortunately. But I have spent majority of my day playing RCs. RCs and sleeping. I took a nap. Okay, so we're at 210. That's probably good enough to fire it up, and then we will get it a little hotter after we get her started. Oh, let's turn on the truck. Hello, Brett. Come on, dummy. Okay. Yeah, see how much lower it's idling? Oh yeah, way lower than it was. See, that's what's weird about heat cycles, man. It changes. Like that right there is a perfect example of why you heat cycle. Look at how much different it's running already. We're at 248. Perfect. Sorry. Let's clear it out. Woo! Man, she's just rolling coal. Look at that. Look at that gallon, dude. That's intense. And it smells awesome, too. We're back to 210. See, you guys can hear that carburetor when it switches back over to the low, right? So it's into the high needle right now, right? And then watch the idle drop and then drop. That's when that carb's switching back over to, see, right there. See, it's switching back over to that low needle. And she died. Okay, so we're back to 203. See, just like that, right? Right. Yeah, dude, this thing's breaking in great. I'm having tons of fun right here. I don't think the lid was pushed down all the way. I just felt it go down. Okay, we're back down to 200. Up to 270, a little hot, but it's okay. Totally fine. We're back down to 250. Sitting right now at 240. Idle's still bouncing around. I'm not touching it right now. Just gonna let it see what it does for a minute. Staying running, but it's still running funky. That right there could be a loose glow plug. Let me check it. Let me go grab my glow plug thing. At least it's finally starting to stay running by itself. Nah, it was tight. So it's just breaking in, just running funky for a minute. So JP, this is the second tank, man. We are 1.5 tanks in right now on the break-in. Chris was able to I think he got it started, but then that was it. It instantly died and it had a bad glow plug. And then he gave it to me to finish the break-in. So. Okay, we're down to 200. Let's warm her back up. back up to 250. All right. So the bounce is starting to calm down. Like I said, I think it's just because it's still overly rich is why it's bouncing like that. $224. probably a little hot right there. $270. Perfect. Let's clear it out. $250. Perfect. And these tires aren't very, if you look at it while it's running, these tires are wobbly as shit. For being RTR tires, man, they're not very, you know, I don't know what you call it, even. Man, look at how bad they wobble. Look at that shit. That's crazy. Slowly reduce an idle gap in between. Back down to 206. This will probably be the last time I heat it up for the tank. Hey, just a couple more minutes and I'm done. Leave him in the house for just a few more minutes. He keeps messing my shit up. I'll take time for a walk when I'm done. Probably a little warm, probably 270, 280. Yeah, 280. Like I said, last time I'll warm it up, a little bit of fuel left. I think she's breaking in nice. You know, a little erratic in the beginning. Those first two tanks, it was pretty crazy. But she's really starting to calm down now. You can tell. I mean, you guys can see the difference, right? From when it was about a half hour ago to now. It's a totally different engine. I'm going to drop the idle another touch. Down to 250. guys, she's gonna lean out here in a second. Here she goes. Beautiful. Man, I love a break-in. Oh. All right, so let's take a look at the chat here real quick before I shut it down. That's all I'm gonna do tonight. HPI Savaged, thank you for stopping by, brother. So I'm not exactly sure. You know, I think it's a 4.6 model of some kind. Because it came with a 28 in it, or 25, sorry, whoa. It's a Savage 25. It came with a 25 in it. I have one of these, you know, chassis plates and all that, but I don't know. I never ended up building it up. I gave it all to Troy, the old guy that we bash with. But Chris bought this off our local sales page. I think he paid like 125 for it, I think, or 140, something like that. And then he's completely put GT6 shit on it and rebuilt it. And it's super nice, dude. Yeah, so the Big Red from the first time we fired it up to now is a completely different engine. You know, JP, I noticed that you said that you don't touch the idle. So I've done that in the past, and it didn't seem to yield me any better of an engine than doing this. This, you know, getting it, you know, high heat, keeping it above 250 and, you know, ripping it a little bit seems to break them in a little quicker. And, you know, in my opinion, it gets the stress off the rod. You know, everybody has their own way. I'm not saying that your way's wrong or my way's right or anything like that. I just have learned, you know, in my opinion, to be a little harsher on them. Yeah. You know, break them in the way you're going to drive them. You know what I'm saying? And I know Chris is going to beat the living shit out of this thing. And so that's just kind of, you know, like my dad, I grew up with four-wheelers and all of that and my Suzuki. And, you know, SLC Nitro can contest. You know, he had a Quadzilla, and we used to go to the dunes when I was younger, and, dude, we would tear it up. But I broke in my racer a few different times, and, you know, my dad always told me, you know, break it in the way you're going to ride it. And so I beat the shit out of it while I broke it in. And so I beat the shit out of my Nitros while I break them in. You know, maybe it hurts them, maybe it doesn't, I don't know. But, you know, my engines run great. They fire right up, every single one of them. I don't have any issues whatsoever. Yeah, I mean, I don't suffer from typical issues that people have. I see that there is 21 people in the house. Dude, you guys are all legends, like straight up, dude. I can't believe it, man, how much attention this live is getting. So I definitely appreciate it. I'm going to take off. That's it for the day, man. 2 live streams in one day. It's been a long RC day. But yeah, preview to Chris's Savage. This will be the new Savage on the channel. Jeffrey, I think you need to buy one, dude. I think it's time, you know, for your Savage, bud. These are cheap, 170 bucks, and we will see, you know, we will see how it is, you know, completely broken in and ripping. But I want to thank you guys once again for, you know, coming in. And, you know, there'll be more of this throughout the week. I've got all week to get this thing broke in and get it back to Chris next weekend. So, take care, guys. Later.